Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking features delicious recipes and cooking tips from the Gulf Coast's finest chefs and restaurants. Watch as popular local chefs prepare their special dishes with natural gas. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas.
My guests today are from one of Pensacola's newest restaurants. It's the Louisiana Lunchbox, and joining me is Sheri, Hester, the owner, and her son Caleb. Welcome! We are so thrilled to have you, and of course, I'm from Louisiana, so I really like your type of food. So tell everyone what you'll be making today.
We're going to be doing Crabmeat Au Gratin, Crawfish Penne, and a cranberry bread pudding with a spiced rum sauce.
Sounds like three of my favorites. I love it. Okay, what are we going to start with, Sheri?
Well, we've already got going in the in our pot is some celery, onion, and some green onion.
And this is for the crab meat
yes, for the
dish.
Crabmeat Au Gratin,
Okay.
with a stick of butter.
Okay.
And it takes a little while for this to cook, probably about 20 minutes, because you got to get them cooked down really tender.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we have that going, and then we're going to add some flour and get that blended in there really well.
That'll thicken up, won't it?
He's splashing me over here. I'm in the danger zone.
So he's just incorporating that.
Yes, it's getting that all nice and incorporated in there. And then we've got some evaporated milk. It's an entire can of the evaporated milk. Get that going in there. And it doesn't take that long for that to get mixed up. But what we're going to do now at this point is we're going to turn it off, because we're going to be adding in some eggs, and we don't want those eggs
to curdle,
to cook.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get, it's actually just the egg yolks. Once he's got that good and mixed in there. And this is one of our favorite dishes from back home. And
back home is where?
Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of something we've always grown up eating and everything. And then the next thing we're going to add is a pound of crab. And that, get all that out of there. You got it? And I actually use the claw meat. I find that has a little bit more flavor than the lump crab meat.
And is this a pound or?
Yes, that's a pound of crab meat.
Oh, Caleb, that is coming together. Look at that. Nice and rich and creamy, full of crab meat. It's going to be good.
And then we're going to put some of our house seasoning. You can put salt, you can put pepper. We hope after the first of the year to have our seasoning packaged, where you can actually get it yourself. But for now, just whatever Cajun seasoning you have on hand. And we're going to put that in there. And you don't want too much of that, because you want that crab flavor to come through. You don't want it to be so spicy that you can't enjoy it.
Overbearing.
Yes.
Because spices can do that.
And then we're going to put in just a little bit of cheese. This kind of helps bind it together. And puts just a little bit of the cheese. And you can use whatever kind of cheese you want. This is actually a Colby Monterey Jack cheese. And actually I find this is the best one that I have found that seems to melt the best. And gives it a good flavor.
Now, can you tilt that up and let our viewers see how nice that mixture is? That looks good.
And this is, we're going to actually put these in little individual ramekins. Of course, spray your ramekin with a spray, because you don't want it to stick. But with this dish, all you need, because it is a very rich dish, all you need is a salad and some garlic bread.
You're right.
And that's all.
Maybe a beer or a glass of wine and you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Most Cajun cooking's got the French bread there, right?
Yes.
Because you got all that sauce usually. And
you got to slop it up.
Right. Don't want to miss a bit. And this will bake for how long?
Just 20 minutes in the ramekins. Now, if you're doing it for your family and you don't want to deal with the little individuals, you can put it in a casserole dish, and I would do it for 30 minutes on 375.
Okay.
For a casserole dish.
And then do you top this with anything?
Yes.
Some more cheese?
Yes, he's going to top it with more cheese.
Get it all, Caleb. Otherwise, I'll be spooning it out right at the break.
There you go. Has he got that all dirty?
That's fine. Oh, Sheri, I think this is going to be a winner right here. Is this served at the restaurant?
No.
No, okay.
This that should be enough. This takes a little, you can't, at the restaurant, most of our dishes for our plate lunches they're cooked, and we keep them warm to where we're able to serve them as they're ordered. This is something you would have to actually make to order. And right now our concept is, it's a plate lunch type concept, which is what we have at home. Every corner store, every little gas station has plate lunches. And you go in and you get it, and most of them you don't even sit there and eat, you take it to go, but we do have a place to sit down and eat.
You do, and you are located on Pine Forest Road.
Yes.
Is there a landmark
We're
there?
across from Superior Granite and the fire station.
Okay, perfect landmark right there. And for lunch and dinner?
Yes. We're open Mondays from 10:30 to 6 on Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays we're open from 10:30 to 7, and on Fridays and Saturdays it's 10:30 to 8, and we're closed on Sundays.
Okay, and this is authentic Cajun food.
Yes.
I can attest to that, and this is one example of some of the great dishes that you grew up with.
Yes.
And so you know your stuff, right? And
yes.
There's no better eating than good Cajun food.
No, there's not.
Well, we are going to put these in the oven, and then when we come back, we are going to start another dish.
Yes, crawfish penne.
Crawfish penne, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
New home buyers prefer natural gas. Here's what local home builders have to say about natural gas homes.
Most people, ask for natural gas. They're looking for the hot water heater. They're looking for the cooking. They're looking for the convenience of the grill and never running out. And of course, the heat is much more comfortable on those cold winter days than electric heat.
Natural gas from Pensacola Energy, the clean, reliable, earth-friendly choice.
Heat pumps don't pump much heat. In fact, heat from an efficient natural gas heater can be 30% warmer, and you can get up to an $800 rebate when you install one. Warming up to natural gas yet? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
We just got our Crabmeat Au Gratin out of the oven, and it is beautiful. Look how nicely it browned, and I know it's going to be yummy.
Yeah, and you can even put it in, one big casserole dish. Just cook it for about 10 minutes longer.
Okay, well, it looks great. But we've got another special dish from Louisiana Lunchbox, and this is Crawfish Penne.
Yes.
A one-pot meal.
Yes. We've got our butter and our Trinity, which is our onion, bell pepper, and celery. We have that sauteing right now, and we're gonna get that cranked up here for just a minute. This one doesn't take as long as the other one to cook this.
Okay, but you want to get those vegetables a little cooked.
Yes,
right?
You want to saute them for a couple of minutes.
So this is another special dish.
Yes.
At the restaurant? Or this is...
No, actually this isn't one I have served at the restaurant. This is
so
one...
these are ones that I guess our viewers can look forward to having in the future?
Yes, we're hoping to have them in the future. This one was actually a dish. I was at home one day and I'm like, okay, I want something crawfish and pasta. So I experimented, and this is what we got.
Good deal. Well, you know, growing up with Cajun cuisine, you incorporate a lot of seafood in your dishes, don't you?
Yes.
And the vegetables, the fresh vegetables, are included in that. So, you know, that's how you eat and grow up.
And we have, but you know, what a lot of people don't realize is we have dishes that are not seafood. Mm-hmm. We have chicken fricassee, we have meatball stew. In fact, we have dirty rice, which is just something we've just introduced at the restaurant, which is people are really liking that.
I bet. It is good. It's rice and what, sausage or ground beef?
Ground meat, it's got liver, which a lot of people don't realize it has liver in it. So, and when they find out, they're like, oh, I don't like liver. But they like that. So.
But Cajun food, you incorporated whatever foods you had available and around, didn't you?
Yes.
You know, when you add your spices to it and
well, a lot of
you have
Cajun
a great
cooking,
dish.
Originally, it was made to cook all day and slow and simmer because there's a lot of people working out in the fields and the swamps. So they started cooking in the morning, cook it on a real low heat, let it cook real slow. So a lot of it was meat, a lot of beef and whatnot, and it just cook slow, get real tender. That way when they came back in, when the sun was going down, all they had to do was cook their pot of rice and they had meat and gravy.
There you go.
So.
Yep. That's it. It's really and what you had on hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, and that's like with gumbo. If I make a gumbo and he makes a gumbo, they're not going to be the same.
Entirely different. You're
My gumbo
right.
is very
You're
different.
right. Nobody makes a gumbo the same, do they?
So, okay, we've got those. Those are probably about ready. We can go ahead and do this. We're going to put in a couple of tablespoons of flour.
Flour, all-purpose?
Yes, all-purpose flour. And then we're going to add a white wine, anywhere from a half a cup to a cup. And we're going to add that in. And these little bottles are perfect for
Aren't
that.
they? Mm-hmm. Just the right size.
Yes, and then we've got heavy cream, 2 cups of that, and we're going to add that in. And get that mixed up really good. And then we're going to do some seasoning. And for some reason, you have to go really heavy-handed seasoning on this because otherwise it just doesn't seem to keep the seasoning.
So how much would you say, Sheri?
I'd probably put at least a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of a Cajun seasoning with some black pepper and some salt. Okay, and then we've got some 4 ounces of cream cheese that we're going to add in there. And we're going to get that melted down. And we're going to also add our green onions in there.
Oh, I can see that thickening up and it looks rich.
And once we get that cream cheese melted down in there, then we're going to put our crawfish, which is Louisiana crawfish. It's just not the same unless you use Louisiana crawfish.
And you can buy this frozen.
Yes, this is frozen tails. We actually have them, we have a vendor that we get them from Louisiana.
Okay.
So they are Louisiana crawfish. A lot of them you think it is, and when you turn it over, it'll say a product of whatever country. So you want to look for product of USA.
Okay. And this gets added when that thickens up a little bit and gets incorporated,
That's just about there. So we can go ahead and add that in there. Most of that's melted. And we're going to add this crawfish in there.
And it's got some of the crawfish juice in there.
And we're also going to put a little garlic in there. But you probably want to add the garlic before you add all that, but it still works well. It all mixes in there together.
It's changed a little bit of color because of the crawfish, hasn't it?
The crawfish fat.
Yes.
Okay, now we've got this ready to go. All we have to do now is we've got our pasta that's already cooked. We're going to drain that.
And this is penne.
This is a penne pasta. You can use any kind, really, but I like the penne because it's got those little ridges that kind of hang on to the sauce. And then we're just going to mix that in here. You've got one dish, one pot. Okay.
Oh, that looks so good.
All right. All right, Caleb.
More French bread and you're in business,
Yep,
right?
more French bread. We like our French bread in Louisiana.
Yes, we do.
There you go.
Look at that. Our crawfish penne, another great dish from Louisiana Lunchbox, and we've got a special dessert coming up.
Yes, we do.
And that is?
That is a cranberry bread pudding, just in time for the holidays, with a spiced rum sauce.
Oh, and a perfect ending to this meal.
Yes.
Great. Well, we'll be right back with that dish, so stay with us.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com. Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Natural gas homes are in demand. Here's what home builders have to say.
Gas provides a wonderful selling advantage over electricity. Customers love cooking with natural gas. It gets hotter faster. The temperature is actually more controllable. Energy efficiency absolutely plays a part with our decision to put natural gas in our homes. It's much more efficient for our customers to use natural gas.
Natural gas from Pensacola Energy, the clean, reliable, earth-friendly choice.
Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Welcome back. We're cooking with Sheri Hester and Caleb Hester, and we're ready to start our special dessert, a special bread pudding.
Yes, it's a cranberry bread pudding. Good for the holiday season.
Yes, perfect.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with 9 eggs that we've whisked in here. And then we're going to add a cup of brown sugar, a cup of white sugar.
White sugar.
And then we're going to add 1/8 cup of nutmeg, 1/4 cup of cinnamon, a cup of half and half. If you don't have half and half, you can use evaporated milk, you can use cream. And then we're going to add 2 cans of condensed milk. Everybody loves condensed milk.
This is going to be good. Gosh, I remember as a child just getting a spoon and...
Well, you know, at the restaurant we have
a
snowballs, and we will do condensed milk on our snowballs.
Oh, I bet that's good.
It's very good. Okay, and then we're going to mix this together. Get all that cinnamon incorporated in there. Okay, then we're going to take our little bag. We use a 24-inch French bread. We cut it into cubes, put it in a big Ziploc. Then here we have our dried cranberries. We're going to put that in there. And if I can get your help, please, Miss Camilla, there we go. And we are going to pour this in the bag. Okay. And we're going to zip this up.
This will go in the refrigerator.
Yes, we're going to zip this up, and you want to get this, just take your bag and squeeze it all together and get it all mixed up in there. Get all of that squished in there, and then you're going to put it in your refrigerator overnight. Then the next day you're going to put it in a 9x13 pan, preferably a deeper one if you have it. Put it in there, 375 in the oven for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, put some foil over the top so you can finish cooking it that extra 15 minutes, and that way the top doesn't get so brown.
Okay,
and that's all there is to this brown pudding, bread pudding. It is brown, but it's bread pudding.
Brown bread pudding.
Yes.
And now we've got a special sauce, Caleb.
It is a rum sauce.
Go ahead and put your brown sugar
I'm
in
going
there.
to switch with you.
We are actually using rum from Louisiana, the Bayou spiced rum. One of my personal favorites. You're going to sit there and you're going to get the brown sugar and the stick of butter all incorporated together, mixed together over a medium heat.
Now, do you bring this to a boil?
You're just going to get it incorporated. It's going to start to kind of bubble up there for you.
Okay.
It takes a couple of minutes. About 2 minutes is all it takes to get it, mixed real well.
Now, this is your rum, and this is Bayou spiced rum.
Yes.
That you have to get from Lafayette.
You can get here.
You can get it here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I guess I saw the Bayou.
You just have to
I
find it.
Sure.
I've seen it a couple different places around here,
Okay.
so you can absolutely. They make. They also make a silver rum and a Satsuma flavored rum that is really good.
Satsuma. Oh, good. Smells good already. Mmm.
It's almost in together.
So you've taught him everything he knows, right, Sheri?
Yes.
Don't let her fool you.
You've learned from the best, Caleb, I can tell.
All right, you
I
ready
guess she
for
helped
this?
a little bit.
Okay, and here goes this is a half of a cup of whipping cream.
Okay.
And then comes about 1.5 ounces of rum. And I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the oven.
So here it is. Sheri, looks wonderful.
Yes, and we're going to cut this. That still needs to cook just a little bit. You want to cook your rum sauce, let it simmer for about 5 minutes because you want it to reduce a little bit.
Thicken up a little bit.
Yes.
Look how nicely this baked.
Hard to stretch with that arm. There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go.
So what are some of your popular dishes at the restaurant that you all offer?
On Fridays we have crawfish étouffée, and that goes over really well. And we also do shrimp étouffée on the other days of the week. Mm-hmm. And then we have a shrimp half and half and a crawfish half and half, which is, you can't decide if you want fried shrimp or if you want étouffée. You get half étouffée and half fried shrimp.
That.
Or, if it's the shrimp étouffée, you get the fried shrimp. If it's a crawfish étouffée, you get the fried crawfish.
Very good.
And then we also do a white fish that we serve on top of our étouffée, which is a really big hit.
I bet.
And then we have recently started doing a muffalata press. It's on our po' boy bread, and we make everything that's on a muffalata goes on this, and then we press it.
Like a panini.
Yes, and that has really started to sell a lot of. Okay, I think we got this.
Okay, while this finishes up, I'm going to give everyone our telephone number.
Okay.
If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy at 436-5050, or you can visit our website at coastalcooking.com. How's our house looking, Caleb?
It is done.
All right. Let's dress up this bread pudding, huh? Oh, that's going to do it.
There we go.
Look at that. What a perfect ending to our other two dishes.
Yes.
This has been great. Now, we wanted everyone to know about some special things that you offer at the restaurant. They can pick up one of these dishes.
Well, they need to call in advance and order it, and we can make, actually, we can do any of the things that you've seen here today. If you call, give us a few days notice to pick up and go. We are, for the holidays, we can do gumbo, we can do etouffees. Our potato salad is a huge seller. Our dirty rice, great for Thanksgiving and Christmas to have as a side. But any of those things that we can do, it's a pick up and go type catering that we can do with a day or two's notice.
That is wonderful. And like I said, all these are perfect for the holidays, especially if you're tired of turkey and dressing. Get one of the crawfish dishes or shrimp dishes.
We'll change it up a little bit.
Yes, you're ready for that. Again, let's give our viewers, where you're located, your location.
We're on Pine Forest, 7000 Pine Forest Road. We're across from Superior Granite and the fire station. Our hours are Monday and Tuesday, 10:30 to 6, Wednesday and Thursday, 10:30 to 7, and Friday, 10:30 to 8, and Saturday, noon to 8.
Okay.
We need that little extra sleep on Saturday.
And your website?
LouisianaLunchbox.com. We have our menu on there. You can also check us out on Facebook. Just look us up, Louisiana Lunchbox. We post our menu every day because the plate lunches change up a little bit every day, but we post everything every day, and then we keep you updated on if we're doing any specials, anything going on. So follow us on Facebook. That'll be your best bet.
Yes, and the plate lunches, gosh, you can eat at your restaurant or take them to go.
Yes, we actually serve in a styrofoam container. So you eat in what you don't finish because we give you a lot. You can just bring it home with you.
Perfect.
Yeah, if you leave hungry, it's your own fault.
Well, you know what? I'm going to close the show by tasting this delicious bread pudding because it looks fabulous. I like starting with dessert. That is fabulous.
Thank you.
That is delicious. Well, thank you all so much. This was so much
fun.
And we'll have to have you back with more of your special Cajun dishes.
Yes, we'd love it.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us next Sunday for more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.